Welcome to Gamers Book Club. If your kids are like my kids, then they play a lot of video games. And our goal here at Gamers Book Club is to take that time they're playing video games and turn it into meaningful, useful time when they're actually learning something. Now we know that kids play a lot of video games. Recent studies have shown that 8th grade boys who play the most video games play on the order of 20 to 23 hours a week. Now that's a lot. That's like having a part-time job. Even the demographic of children that play the least, which is teenage girls, still play 6 to 8 hours a week, which is a substantial amount of time in front of the games console. So the good news is that we're finding out that playing video games isn't really all that bad, especially if you choose the right games and you encourage the kids to use the game time to get something good out of it. That's really our goal here at Gamers Book Club, where we have designed this set of interactions really based on book clubs that many of our daughters like to do, but not so many of our boys, where we choose a book for a month, we read that book, and then we'll have a book club. Well, that's what we do with video games. We choose a video game, play the video game over the course of the month, and come together at the end of the month and discuss the video game. The benefits are that we really have the same kind of communication skills that we're developing as we do with the book club, where the children are put into a context where they're enjoying something, their video games, and they get to talk about it. So you get to prompt them and encourage them to talk about it in a way that brings out communication abilities, that lets them understand what's going on, that makes them aware of some of the things they might not be aware of when they're playing video games, for example, advertising. While you're on the site, we hope you'll take a look around and find several resources that you can use. There are 4 different things that we've put on the site. The first is a brief introduction to video game clubs. And how we've organized it is that monthly we have a meeting in which the parents and kids have played the video games and come together and discuss and play together and talk about these games. So you'll find brief articles in which we describe the specific games that we did for that month, starting with Pop Tropica and moving on to more complicated games for 7-8, in this case for 7 and 8-year-old boys. But we'll have games, gamers book clubs for different age groups in both boys and girls. The second thing you'll find on here is a community of parents, and we're really trying to keep it to parents because it's a discussion of how we as parents can use video game playing time for the benefit of our children. So it's a community where we have an active discussion forum, and we hope you'll take part, either asking us how to get involved or bringing your experience of what has worked and what hasn't worked in helping your kids learn while they play video games. The third thing we'll do is a brief introduction to some of the ideas and the books that led us down this path. And related to that, you'll find video interviews with some of the leaders in edutainment. Now, edutainment, as the name implies, is a mixture of education and entertainment, and it's really growing field. And I think it behooves us as parents to take advantage of this resource and understand what's available and understand how it can apply with our kids. So we hope you'll stay with us and contribute on the forum, and welcome to Gamers Book Club.